Robert, what's the name? Rockin Robbie something.
Rockin Robbie something?
I don't know. What was
Rockin Rhett Richmond.
I will never remember that.
RHETT.
Rockin.
You better recognize Rockin Rhett Richmond.
Write that down.
In the building. Oh, there's gonna be walking music.
Of course there will.
Yes, absolutely.
That's gonna be.
Tyler said do Stone
awesome.
Cold, but I'm not doing Stone Cold.
You can't take Stone Cold stuff. That's Stone Cold.
Right.
And you're not bald.
That's not Rockin Rhett Richmond. Rockin Rhett Richmond is his own monster. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Almost Brothers podcast. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about the lean in. No, I don't have any music of the lean with it, rock with it.
Oh, what?
Do you not know that song?
No.
Lean? Yeah, well, I forgot you're a grandpa, so there's that. Anyway, yeah, Rich, how was your weekend?
It was good.
I know you kind of got to chill out Saturday, right?
Yeah, we got to hang out with the kids and just kind of do our thing, and we got some stuff coming up, at the end of this month. So I wanted to make sure that I got some time with them.
That's what I'm gonna try to do this weekend. Is just kind of hang out with the family and chill out and try to have some good quality time, which we did. We did Saturday as well. We kind of just hung out at the house and ran around the yard and stuff like that. But I really like to get out of the house with the kids.
Yeah. Well, this weekend nice. I'll be going to see my sister.
Yeah.
To our listeners that don't know, she's in prison currently. So it'll be my first time ever going to a prison.
All right. Wait, that's not
the wrong.
That's
button,
not it, right? I'm sorry. That's not funny. I'm just
not a good button.
I'm sorry. I'm weird when we talk about stuff like that. Let's sound grown up. So I'm sorry. I'm weird around funerals.
Funerals make me weird.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's good. That's a pretty good drive, though, isn't it?
Like 5 hours. Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it.
But at least you get to go and talk to her and see her and
pray with her. That's
right.
The main thing.
Didn't she get saved while she was there?
That's what my mom says.
Nice. Yeah, that's what's up. That's awesome. If nothing else comes out of that, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And awesome. So, that's good. Well, when are you going? Saturday?
Friday.
Okay. That's what's up, man.
Leaving right after work.
How was the Cape trip today?
Long, ridiculous. I can't.
Yeah.
Dealing with doctors, dentists. It's just not my department.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
They start asking me questions, and I'm like, I don't know.
Oh my goodness! They always make me feel bad as a dad. Just
yes.
Like, when's their birthday? And I'm like, I know the day. Let me think of the year. I have to count back. Like, okay. All right, he's this old. Okay, count back. Get my math
Carry
going.
The one.
Right, yep. And I always at first mix up Lee's day with his day.
Yeah.
So I always say the 4th, for his day, and then I just mixed it up. But anyway,
try doing that with the number of kids.
That's what I was gonna say. I've only got to deal with 2 right now.
I don't even try.
Like Lee, she deals with her own stuff, so I only have the 2 youngest, right. So I don't even have to really. Ooh, you gotta.
I don't even bother.
You should have just like a Rolodex just for your kids and their birthdays.
I should have a cheat sheet in my wallet at all times.
Yep. Be like, yes, sir. What's your kid's birthday? Like, one moment. Scroll. Hear ye. On the 3rd day of the year of our Lord 2023.
Yep. Oh, I had a very cool Facebook memory today.
I thought you was going to say epiphany for a second.
No. 8. No, I had it popped up 7 years ago today. I got saved.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So it's my salvation anniversary today.
That is cool.
And my son's birthday. I didn't realize that I got saved on his birthday.
Right, yeah. I texted him this morning, which I think it's his number. Has he changed numbers?
I don't think so.
Okay, I texted him this morning, just happy birthday. And also it is 9/11, so anybody who you're in our thoughts and our thoughts and prayers. Anybody affected by that day? I know a lot of people.
Everybody was
this is
affected
a tough
by that day.
Right. it's kind of a tough day for a lot of people. So just remember all those that, maybe had loved ones down there. Or
did you know anybody that was personally affected by that? I do not.
No, I know, I just know that, the family in Boston, kind of freaked everybody out a little bit, but no, I didn't know anybody, personally there during that. But it's just, I remember where I was at. I was at school. I remember, we were in high school. I think it was our freshman year, I believe, something like that. So
I remember where I was. I was living in McDougall, Arkansas, and I remember not knowing that it was going to be, because you as it unfolded, it was news throughout the day. So I just caught like a little bit of it in the morning, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. But I didn't realize the impact that would have on the country, because I didn't know the full scale of what had happened. So as the day went on, it really started sinking in.
Yeah. And they the school was pretty much shut down, and they had all of us just sitting in the cafeteria, and they had it on the big TVs, and we just sat there all day just watching the news, and it was crazy. But yeah, just thank you to all the first responders and everybody involved, and just kind of just a crazy day in our history, It
is.
But yeah, today, we're going to be talking about leaning in. How are good ways to be able to lean in? The Bible says that as you lean into God, He leans into you, So I just want to kind of talk about that, about leaning into Him, and how it doesn't look the way that we think a lot of times. Leaning into Him, we think that means, reading our Bible, or of course it means those things, but we think it exclusively means those things. Reading our Bible, praying, going to church, praise and worship. That's it. We think that's the only way we could lean in to who He is and his plans for our life. So I just wanted to talk about, man, just little things that we can do to lean into God and who He is and the plan He has for our life.
Yeah. And what you said, all those things that you said, praying and praising and all that those are important things to walk on our path, to kind of better understand what God has for us. But there is so much more to it.
Yeah. It's just, I talk Sunday about, about the little things with your kids, with your family, or with your marriage that you do just naturally. You spend time with your wife, you hang out with your kids, like all of those things, I believe, are blessings from God. Just time with your family and little things like that we so many times overlook for, the big things, or the key moments of what we think, life is. I know for me, one of the things is my kids, is just sitting with them or hanging out or playing in the yard. It's like many times I find myself just thanking God, like, God, thank you for such an amazing family.
Right.
And I feel myself leaning into who He is because of what He's blessed me with, as opposed to just praying or just looking at those things as that's the way that we lean in.
Right. And that's, yesterday's sermon that our beloved Pastor Mike Simmons brought to us.
He seems to be pretty cool.
He's all right. No, but that's what I went to the altar for yesterday, was just for that gratitude. I didn't ask God for anything. I just wanted to bow down and thank Him.
Right.
Because I am so completely and totally blessed in my life right now. Like, just with finances and with my marriages and
your marriages.
Marriage is.
Oh, okay.
Where my marriage is.
Oh,
currently.
Okay.
Wow.
Like, wait a second here.
Polygamy.
Wait 1 second. We are not that kind of church.
Where my marriage is currently at.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, just everything going on in my life right now, I'm extremely grateful.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to bring that to Him and not asking for anything.
Right.
Just thankfulness.
Because that is what we do. We very, very often just come to Him when we want something, or we need something,
Absolutely.
or, we need an answer, or we need, we need. And we rarely come to Him and just say thank you. Or in our life, just walk around just like, man, God, like, thank you.
Yeah.
We overlook all of that and the, with stuff going on at the house, or stuff going on at work, or stuff going on with the kids, or stuff going on in your relationship. You just kind of go through life and you don't think about it until these big things happen.
Right.
Until, I know my favorite season's coming up, Christmas. And that's where I find myself, especially on Christmas morning, is just sitting there and watching the family interact with each other. I found myself doing that at youth the other night, just sitting back for a second and just seeing everybody acting goofy and playing games and throwing a football around. It's just like, man, thank you, God, for these people that you've allowed me to be around, that you've allowed to impact my life, and hopefully vice versa. Right. You know, just such a blessing to be able to be a part of that, you know, and I know another way that I find myself kind of leaning in to just the peace that God has in the midst of craziness, you know, in the midst of life, is just time to be able to sit, like, and I know it sounds weird, but just be able to sit and play video games, you know, or watch a movie or watch a TV show. You know, I did that today. Just, you know, took a bath. I'm a bath guy.
Bath guy.
Which I've got a bad back, so another day, no pain.
Look at that,
dude. It's crazy, man. Anyway, it's just, I just sat there and I, you know, just got to watch a couple episodes of a show, and it's just like, man, thank you, God, for blessing me with a job that just allows me to have this day, you know, or you know, just the ability to be able to sit there and kind of carve out some time to just chill and relax, you know, because we don't look at that as a blessing from God when it is, you know, it
absolutely,
can be, you know, it could be something as simple as just a day off.
Well, there are those people, and we know them, that hustle 6-7 days a week and feel like they can't do anything else. You know, they put themselves in a position to where they don't have time. They don't allow God to provide that rest. Yeah, and it is a blessing.
Or just being able to have a decent job to where you don't have to work 7 days a week, 6 days a week, or whatever. You know. Being able to have that room to have a day off, or to have a night off where you could take your wife out to a date, you know, something like that. And you know, even things like that, I'm going to try to take, which she'll probably hear it. So surprise, I'm going to try to take Jamie out this weekend, you know, because next couple weekends we're going to be gone out of town. So just to be able to do that, just to be able to carve time or to have the money to be able to do that is such a blessing in itself. Right. That again, we just kind of overlook. You know, and it's good to take a second and lean into God and the things that He's blessed you with in the midst of doing those things.
Yeah, we were talking to the youth last night about you know, Tyler and Olivia was talking about having kids or the inability to do so, and it made me think. I really wish I had said something last night, but you know, I have adult children that don't make time for me.
Adult with air quotes.
We'll be right back.
Well, hey there. This is Mike from the Almost Brothers podcast. We want to thank you for checking out this episode. I want to ask you, has this podcast encouraged you in any way and you would like to give back? Well, guess what? We have a way that you can do that. Okay, you could do $3, $5, $8, or $10 a month. What this does is this helps financially support the show so we can continue to put out good content and encourage you. So if you've got time, go down in the show notes and click on that support button that will take you to the page to where you can give back and help us to continue this thing. Back to the episode. Adult just children.
drop that right there. And anyway, they just don't make time for me. And I just think that as a father, I understand that a little more when we don't make time for God, you know, because He loves us more than we could ever love our kids. Right. And when we don't make time for Him, I can't imagine how much that hurts Him.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's good. Yeah. Yeah. And just kind of you know, again, we talk about it with our kids that we do something for them and they kind of just overlook and expect it. Right. How many times do we treat God that way? You know, just like you wake up today and, you know, everything is going, you know, decent. Your house is there and you've got food in the fridge. You just kind of expect it and you kind of get used to it instead of going, hey, God, thank you for the things that you've blessed me.
And I did like what you said yesterday, that is an American problem.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Like,
big time, man.
Just not understanding how good we have it. We are so spoiled in this country. It is ridiculous.
Especially American Christianity. Mm-hmm. You know, we think, oh my gosh, I'm just getting persecuted this week because I wasn't able to get my pumpkin spice latte.
You went straight for the pumpkin spice.
And it's just like, no. We don't even understand what true persecution looks like. Or waking up not knowing where our next meal is coming from. Right. And we're just so ungrateful. And by we, I mean me. I am
definitely
the chief of this, where I get so ungrateful in the focus of the things I don't have.
Right.
And it can so quickly put us off the path and mess up and blur our vision of what God has blessed us with. Mm-hmm. And it's so amazing. if we just sit back. Or you ever been around somebody that, me and Jamie talk about this all the time, like say there's, like we'll watch a TV show with like a bad, like toxic relationship. And I'm like, babe, that just makes me so much more grateful for having you.
Right.
And it shouldn't be just those moments where we say, oh, I'm grateful for those things, because we overlook them all the time. It shouldn't be the moments where we have no money where we look back and go, man, we were so blessed when we blah, 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 so it's like, just be grateful for where you're at. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Yes, it always could be better, but it sure could be a lot worse too.
Well, that's, with that Facebook memory with my salvation anniversary today, that, just, and I don't mean just that gift, but because that is the gift, but to just remember, and I'm 7 years in now, so it starts to get foggier.
Yeah.
The longer you're in it.
Right.
And you've been in it forever.
Yeah.
So it starts to get foggy.
Yeah.
Right. When you forget what you were like before. When you forget what God brought you out of. No.
Yep.
Always remember.
Well, it's like, where the friends lowered the man down from the roof, right? Mm-hmm. And Jesus said, because of their faith, your sins are forgiven. And everybody around, they're who is this man to forgive sins?
Right.
And when he understood that they were thinking that, he said, take up your mat and walk, be healed. Man took up his mat. Once he took up his mat, the people were like, oh my gosh, this must be a man of God. This must be a man of God. See, they overlooked the bigger thing for something that they were tangibly looking for.
That you can see.
Right. Yeah. But they missed the actual bigger things. Like, what's greater, that I can heal this man, or that I can forgive his sins, and that's what we do. We overlook the really what's in the bigger picture, the more important thing, for something else, something bigger, something more tangible, the blessing of a check coming in, or, all these things that we consider the big things, as opposed to just being able to wake up and have a loving relationship, and have, loving kids, and a good job, and a house, and food in the and it's just like, it's crazy how we get so off with that, and we forget to just lean into him during those small things.
Absolutely.
And we tend to do it, Sunday morning.
Yeah.
All right, God, I'm going to lean into you this morning. I'm here for what you got for me. He's like, yeah, but I've got something for you every day.
Right. And I do it too.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so bad at it, man.
Monday morning, I forget Sunday morning.
Yep. It's just like, oh my gosh, here we go again. I always used to tell Jamie, I would wake up in the morning, sit on the edge of the bed, and just be like, do I really need to go to work?
Right.
I don't really. And I would feel depressed and down and mad because I got to go to work, instead of waking up going, you know what, God, you've blessed me with being able to do this. I'm able to provide for my family.
Right.
Thank you for this job. Even though it drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Thank you, because I could not have it.
Right. There are lots of people that don't have jobs. There are lots of people that don't have houses, don't have cars,
Yep.
And everything that we take for granted, it reminds me of a cartoon I saw one time.
I saw a video.
No. I'm going to mess this up completely, but it was a guy. There was a guy driving a car, and there was a guy riding a bike watching him, and he's like, man, I'd love to have that car. And there was a guy watching the guy on the bike who was walking.
Yeah.
He's like, man, I wish I had that bike. And there was a guy in an apartment that was in a wheelchair watching the guy that was walking, saying, I wish I could walk.
Right.
There's always somebody that's got it worse.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Be grateful. Doesn't mean you're okay with just being there.
Right.
Of course you want to strive for better, and you want to strive for more, and you want to work towards growing.
Sure.
But just be grateful for those things. Like, take a moment Just breathe. Look at all that God has blessed you with.
Right.
And be grateful.
Absolutely.
Just be grateful.
Yeah.
It's so easy yet so hard.
Yeah. Yeah, we way overcomplicate things.
Yes.
Oh man, we do.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Speaking of being grateful, I really do want to wish Tristan a happy birthday.
That kid is awesome.
Like, he really is a blessing.
Yeah.
And he is goofy and he takes nothing serious, but in the moments where you can get seriousness out of him, like, it's such a great thing. And I really do believe God has such an amazing plan for his life.
Yes.
And Tristan, happy birthday, buddy. We love you.
Love you so much. Yeah, we had lunch with him yesterday, and it's always because he has ADHD, like legitimate ADHD, not quote unquote ADHD, because everybody has it nowadays. But he has real ADHD. So I learned so much when he's able to open up and express himself. Like, now he's stopped taking his medicine.
Yeah.
His ADHD medicine. He said he's doing fine in college. He's able to, to maintain, and he said as long as he can do that, he's going to stay off the medicine. I said, that's great. That you've reached that point, and I was anti-medicine when we first started giving him medicine. It was several years ago, but just the difference that I saw in him, and I'm not sure how we got off on this, but stay with me.
This is his birthday. We'll give him a shout out.
But he was the first kid that I saw that legitimately needed it. Like, to do what he needs to do, he had to have it.
Yeah.
So
even something like that, he could very easily overlook that as just, I outgrew the medicine, as opposed to like, oh man, this is a blessing to not have to take these chemicals to be able to function throughout the day.
Right.
So it's a very easy thing to overlook if you're not careful.
Yeah.
So Tristan, be thankful, man. That's awesome.
And that's something that, it's a hot button issue with a lot of Christians is it okay to take medicine?
Yeah.
I had a youth ask me a couple weeks ago, about that.
Yeah.
I do believe that God granted wisdom to doctors and things of that nature.
And he blessed you with a brain in your head.
Yes.
Use your brain.
Yes.
Like, you break your leg, don't be like, oh, it's going to be fine. God's going to heal my leg.
Right.
Go to the doctor.
Right.
Like, go to the doctor.
Yeah. Now, is it okay to be dependent on that stuff? No.
That's a whole man, that'd be a good episode to talk about. Just talk about, how we've gotten so far as super spiritual Christians that, you don't need, somebody with a mental health issue. Oh, you don't need that. You just need to pray more. It's like, that's not.
And I've heard of people that, and there's a name for like that sect of Christianity that don't go to the doctor.
Right.
If God don't heal them, they die.
Right.
That's the way they look at it. And it's just like, that is crazy to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't, again, that we'll have an episode on that. We'll talk about that, and kind of unpack that way of thinking on both sides. Not only do you have, the ones that think, oh no, you don't go to the doctor, or you don't take any medicine, like God's going to heal. But then you have the other people that are just completely dependent on what I can see and what I can take and what the doctor tells me, as opposed to having faith.
Yeah, we got to be careful.
We're
going to have that episode now.
Right. You could fall into either one of those categories. But what else do you have on your heart, man?
Nothing, man. I'm content.
Ready for men and women's tonight. It's going to be fun.
Yes.
We're on episode 4.
Yes.
It's going to be good, man.
The Chosen. It's such a good show.
I'm so excited.
Listeners, if you have not seen The Chosen,
check it out. Not sponsored, but it is really good. They
take creative liberty, but just calm down.
Right. Let's just breathe a little bit. Take a second. Man, my goodness. But we love y'all. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you in the next one. See you in the next one?
That's not
how that goes.
Hey, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us today. If you don't have a home church, come see us at Remnant in Malden, Missouri. Service times are 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. on Sunday. And do us a favor, man, and go to your podcast platform. Give us a like, subscribe, and rate us, please. And share. God bless each and every one of you. Later.